Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
What up, y'all? Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. They call him the boat. I see he got those titles behind him. He's a champ. He's a champ. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody
Damn right.
inside the Hall of Fame. Give you champagne wishes, caviar dreams. I did a little redesign.
I like it.
I got to add a few more trinkets. You know what I mean? I said I got a lot more room. I can put a little bit more up in there. But, how you feel, man? How you feel?
Book, I'm feeling great. We're heading into the Last Stand Rumble on this Saturday. This week, my father celebrates his 80th turn around the sun. This last Saturday, somebody I know had his 60th revolution around the sun. And we have we had the Oscars last night, had a great boxing match. So, man, I'm feeling good. We had a huge Elimination Chamber. Come on, man. What a weekend.
Last Stand Rumble coming up.
Yeah.
As well. Tank Davis, Lamont Roach fight went down over the weekend as well, man. A lot of stuff went down, man. So we just
But happy birthday, Book. You 60. You did it. 60.
Yeah. I made it, man. I made it. I'm happy. I guess.
That's a great that's a great accomplishment. Honestly, like 60.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now we're on to 70, 80. You're gonna live to 140.
I'm working on this 10-year plan. That's what I'm working.
Right.
Working on my 10-year plan. What's next for the next 10 years? So I know one thing. Like I said, I already told the kids, there won't be no cash left. So I'm spending all cash will be spent. I will be leaving assets, but no money. No monies will be on location. But no, man, I'm happy, man. I don't know. It's kind of mixed feelings. It's kind of mixed emotions, though. You know what I mean? Getting older, man. It's I don't know. It's one of those things, man. You just got to be able to take it in stride, I guess. You got to be able to look it in the eye and just move forward. You know what I mean? My thing is, I was in the gym early this morning training. I'm like, man, I got to keep Father Time off my back, so I'm running hard. I always say, God gonna catch me, but I'm gonna be running. I'll be running to you. But man, I'm happy. I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes as well, man. I want to thank everybody because everybody, a lot of love for Booker T, man. I really, really appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. I really don't. I don't take it for granted at all, man. But I tell you, man, I'm 60. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. And you know what, though? 60 in 2025 is different than 60 in 1955. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different – like, you look at people when they were 60 back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even the 80s. They looked like they were 90, right? Yeah. Now, people who are 60, yourself – I was watching the Academy Awards last night. Demi Moore, Halle Berry, they're in their 60s. Phenomenal, right?
Yeah, I guess it is kind of different. Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe nowadays. So
big prayers up for Angie Stone. She passed away in a car accident on my birthday.
Oh man.
And she was 63. And I didn't know that, man. I mean, she looked great.
What I mean?
Yeah. So man, I'm gonna just keep kicking, man. I'm gonna just keep kicking. I'm gonna keep training, keep working out, see what these doctors got for me. And because I'm sure the president on it. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to find whatever the hell. Everybody in Congress live past 90. So like, what are they on? You know what I mean? What are we hiding? You feel me? You know what I mean? So no, man, I'm trying to find it, man. I'm trying to get it because I'm gonna stick around this mug as long as I possibly can.
Look, I'm with you. I'm gonna start now at my age, but hopefully when I get to your age, I'm as good a shape as you are. But Book, we're coming off of a hell of a weekend, but we got a weekend coming up. And I think before we talk about, John Cena and Cody and The Rock and everything that happened at the Elimination Chamber, Roxanne Perez making her, PLE debut in a non-Royal Rumble match for the main roster. Lots to talk about. Reality wrestling, though, this Saturday, the Last Stand Rumble, one of our signature events. Zilla Fatu will be in the Last Stand Rumble, entering at the first position, entering at number 1. We know that from the events of what happened a few weeks ago. Also, though, I'm hearing Hank and Tank from NXT will be defending their Reality Wrestling Tag Team Championships in a really interesting matchup. So there's a lot that we should look forward to. And Lil Birdie told me there's an announcement coming out sometime this week about Reality Wrestling as well. So, I mean, there's a lot swirling around.
Speaking of being in shape, I heard a couple of guys wanted to make their way down to Reality Wrestling. They put out a little something on social media. And they're the sons, actually, of Devon Dudley. And I told Devon, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I told Devon, I said, you better pray to God you're as in good a shape as I am when you get my age. You know what I mean? And right now, Devon, I think, is 52. So I think, it's only fitting. He's definitely not as in good a shape as I am. That has been proven. Okay. But now his boys want to show up here at Reality Wrestling. They talk a little smack. I heard we got a little clip.
We got a little taste of it. See what they're
talking about.
Ro, Reality of Wrestling. We are TNT, and you may not know who we are, but that's okay, because you will. I've been thinking. You've been thinking?
Yeah, I've been thinking.
What's the fastest rising promotion with the fastest rising stars?
Ro, Reality of Wrestling.
And on March 8th at the Last Stand Rumble, we are 1 week away.
1 week away.
And we don't need no invitation to show up there.
No more invitations and no more asking. We are coming to Houston, Texas, March 8th to Reality of Wrestling to steal those tag team titles. And if you got the balls, add another tag team to the mix.
You should know something, Booker, about statements, because our father, Devon Dudley, made plenty of statements, and at your expense.
And now in 2025, we are going to make statements at your tag team's expense.
Whoa!
See what I'm saying? They bring in the old man, talking about the old man. Let me just advise you on something. All right, let me advise you on something. All right, the Western Wrestling Alliance. Okay, that's one. All right, Texas All Pro TAP. That's two, right? I wouldn't even call them, but it's another little group, Northeast Championship champion, whatever. All those are regional titles, is what I'm trying to say. Just like his old man, just like their old man, Devon Dudley. He won a lot of regional titles. He done a lot of good, for the regional scene, Philadelphia. In the surrounding area, of Philly. You know what I mean? But as far as world championships, they got a few under their belt in the WWE. I give them that.
Yeah.
I give them that. But that's about the only bit of credit that I'm gonna give Devon Dudley. Now his sons want to come into Reality of Wrestling and prove themselves. They said they're gonna come in and steal something. Well, I get that. I get that, because Devon has been stealing money for about the last 30 years. Okay, so my thing is this: show up to Reality of Wrestling, and I'll figure a way out how to get you guys in that triple threat tag for the Reality of Wrestling's tag team championship that's been held by Hank and Tank for the last 3 months. We'll do that. We'll make it happen.
Damn, man. So we're back to the ECW tag team titles. They're
regional, man. The thing is, I never want to bring this up. But Bubba Ray is the reason why I'm talking about these regional championships. Bubba Ray brought it up, on the show LFG. So we had to talk about it. We had to talk. And you know what? And I had vowed to Devon some years ago that I wasn't going to talk about it. I wasn't going to talk about it anymore. But guess what? I'm talking about it. And I'm talking big, because Booker T, Stevie Ray, 10-time world tag team champions. Booker T and RVD, world tag team champion. Booker T and Test, world tag team champion. Booker T and Scott Steiner, world tag team champions. Now, how many is that? How many is that? 14?
That's like, yeah.
14, 13, 14?
13, 14, somewhere around
Something
there.
like that. Okay, now let's add the global tag team championships that was aired on ESPN.
I'd say that's national.
Is that national or not?
I think that's national. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's another world championship for you right there. So I'm going to stop talking because we got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame, man.
Fellas, let's talk about confidence. The kind of confidence that counts when it's time to step up and deliver. And that's where BlueChew comes in. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets designed to help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections. We're talking about getting in the game and staying in it.
And you know what they say, man. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And with BlueChew, you can take these chewables anytime, day or night. So you're always good to go when the opportunity strikes. And the best part, the entire process is done online. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy.
Ooh, yeah. And BlueChew is putting their money where their mouth is, offering you a whole month for free. It's simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com and consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once approved, you'll receive your prescription delivered discreetly right to your door, made in the USA and ready to go when you are.
Now, Brad, let's get real. Does it work, man? They'll mistake you for a soldier at full salute. You'll be pitching a tent like a true Eagle Scout, man. BlueChew won't stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. That's the mission, dog.
And listen, confidence is key, especially when you're all bricked up. There's nothing sexier than a man who's ready to go. And at BlueChew.com, they can help bring that energy when it matters most. Don't miss out on what could be the best night of your life. Make life easier by getting harder. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and we've got a deal just for our listeners. Try your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com, use the promo code Booker, and there's more details and important safety information. And as always, we thank BlueChew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Love that ad, man. Love it. Says I'm here with the lady, she holding, like biting her finger. Right? What is that all about?
Hey, man.
I'm like, all right.
You got to ask, you know what I mean?
It's something about it right there. But no, man. I don't know, man. What should we start?
Look, we got to start with the biggest story that's out there right now. Everyone wants to know what your reaction was to this Elimination Chamber on Saturday night, the premium live event from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I got to say, Book, even though I think we're only this is the second pay-per-view of the year so far, second one, third one, something like that. It outdid the Royal Rumble, and the Royal Rumble was such a phenomenal moment. It was such a great show. We covered it for ESPN nationally, and this one, the energy was off the charts. The stars were out. Drizzy Drake was front row to watch the Elimination Chamber, and you had two excellent chamber matches. Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair, to me, really shone brightly as the final two in that Elimination Chamber. Also, Roxanne Perez and Bayley, showing up and showing out. Naomi was taken out by Jade Cargill. Then you have going into the tag match, Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time, Trishy time, taking on Nia Jax over there and getting the job done. And then you move it forward. The unsanctioned match, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens is back-to-back crazy appearances in pay-per-views or PLEs. One at the Royal Rumble with Cody Rhodes, right into this unsanctioned match, and then the return of Randy Orton. And if that wasn't big enough, it comes down to John Cena and CM Punk in the Elimination Chamber. John Cena gets the job done. He's going to WrestleMania. Then we're going to find out, will Cody Rhodes sell his soul to The Rock? He tells The Rock to go F himself, quite literally. And then John Cena in a shocking moment, turns heel for the first time in over 20 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like we start with John Cena. Did you see it? What did you think of it? Give me your feedback on John Cena being a heel.
I love it, man. Yeah. It's just what wrestling is. You know what I mean? When you think you figured it out and they throw you another curveball, like this one right here, everybody's, is John Cena going to come back and win the title? That's what everybody was thinking about. John Cena's going to, win the chamber and, go on and, break the record. I think that's the story, not John Cena turning heel to actually get that, accomplished. But nah, man, I love what wrestling is, man. It's, when you think you got it all figured out, they, throw you a curveball. And this is, heading into WrestleMania season. I don't care what anybody say. This is not about John Cena's wrestling ability. This is about the story. And I think that's what wrestling is. I think that's what draws the crowd to watch a professional wrestling event is the story. The wrestling matches, it is what it is. A 5-star match means nothing. It means nothing to the masses that come that want to, have their imagination, suspended for that moment. I mean, that's what the soap operas do to all the old ladies, and a lot of young ladies too. Young men, I was a huge soap opera fan, back in the day, freaking All My Children, man. I couldn't wait to watch some All My Children, man.
Days of Our Lives, General
serious,
Hospital.
Man. Jack Abbott, you know what I mean? The Chancellors. I'm serious. Victor Newman.
Victor Newman, who we had on the show.
Victor Newman on the show, man. So nah, man, that's what wrestling is. It really is a true life male soap opera. And I think since WWE has gotten back to that, you look at the main players, you talk about the storylines the story that you just, mentioned there for a second. Sami Zayn, I was just reading Sami Zayn is somewhere in an undisclosed hospital, because of the beating that he took, I mean, that's if that doesn't make you feel something, when watching this stuff, man, I got to watch it next week because you want to keep up with the story. You want to ride along with it. I mean, this world is, we got enough going on in the world as it is, man. And to be able to just totally just let yourself go for a second, I think that's what WWE has brought back to the people. And I really think now with, the PLEs as well as, the Netflix deal, they're able to let their hair down a little bit more now without stepping on anybody's toes and still doing it from a respectable standpoint to where you say, man, advertising is going to jump on this even more so. I mean, come on, man. I mean, they're doing so much right now. I can't stress it, man. And with John Cena doing what he's done, with The Rock, totally mixing it up. And it's great. It's just great TV. If anybody look at it, anything other than that, they just got a problem with the show.
I want to think about Cody Rhodes' last 5 WrestleMania matches, right? He comes back at WrestleMania 38, Seth Rollins. He's the secret opponent. Huge fanfare, huge shock and awe. He then has his 1-year run to getting to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, loses in the grandest stage of them all, loses, and he couldn't complete his story. Then he goes into WrestleMania 40. First night, main events with Seth Rollins taking on The Rock and Roman Reigns. Then the next night, helps defeat Roman Reigns with the help of John Cena himself, The Undertaker, all involved in that match. Now, WrestleMania 41, he's going to be taking on a heel John Cena, accompanied presumably by The Rock in the main event of WrestleMania. Is there a better way to build a generational babyface and give him the push to the moon and beyond? I mean, this isn't even a to the moon push. This is a Jupiter, Saturn, like somewhere, Neptune. Like we're going far in the solar system with the way that Cody Rhodes is being built. And for John Cena to say, in my last run, this is my last year in this business, I want to turn heel to help build this guy even more. Because that's the only reason you do it, right? You don't do it just to do it. You turn heel to help somebody get to be bigger than they are already. And that's even what The Rock said to Cody. The Rock said to Cody, I want you to be the most followed man on social media. I want you to be the biggest star this business has ever seen. I want your soul for it. But instead, we're still going to get that with the help of now John Cena being a heel. I thought it was phenomenally done. It was so well done.
Really good work, really, really good work. Like I say, to be able to exceed, the last, PLE with the Elimination Chamber. With the Elimination Chamber, normally it's not that show where you really looking for a lot of surprises.
Mm-mm.
And this one definitely, it took everybody by surprise, and it totally put a stamp on, going into WrestleMania. Everybody is going to be so freaking invested going into WrestleMania now, more so than ever before. They're going to be so highly anticipated. It's going to be such a great 2 nights with people anticipating that match. It's going to be nuts. So for me, oh man, I don't think they could have written the script better. I really don't.
And The Rock spoke to it in the post-match press conference where he was essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, Sam Roberts asked him the question of like, hey, you're on SmackDown and you're like this good guy announcing the WrestleMania is going to be in New Orleans, but then you say you want Cody's soul and you're kind of going between heel and face. And what do we don't know what to get from the final boss. And The Rock's like, look, this is a long-term story and we're storytellers. And like real people have shades of gray. Not one person is just always a good guy or always a bad guy. Sometimes you have these shades of gray moments. And I think the nuances that we're getting from the characters, not just in this main event storyline, but from all the stories, it's kind of like, hey, they are who they are. They face you how they face you, but you're kind of determinative of how you feel about them. John Cena, though, going heel is an interesting thing for me as a fan, because forever we wanted to see him as a heel. Like, man, Can't they just turn him? Can't they just turn him? Can't they just? And that was actually what we did with Roman. We're like, man, can't they just turn him? They need to turn him. And then they finally do turn him. And he goes on this legendary all-time great run, 1,000+ days as champion. For John Cena, it's going to be interesting to see how long this lasts. Like, how long is he going to be a heel for? Is he going to be a heel all the way to the end of his run? It can't be, right?
He can't turn back.
But
that's not going to work.
He's going to retire as a heel?
Why not?
He could.
Why not?
But here's my question to the people. This is my question to the people. We have a lot of people watching right now. I want you for 2 things. One, if you have an opinion about John Cena being heel and you want it to be read on the show, super chat it over. Well, let's hear what you have to say and we'll read it on the air. Secondly, though, right now in the chat, I want to know, because you don't like booking the show. I try to refrain from it too. But, I like to throw my ideas out there sometimes. But I want to know what the people think. If they think John Cena will win the 17th world title at WrestleMania, or will Cody Rhodes win? Just chat it in, because I'm interested to see what the people think is going to happen, because I could see it going either way. I could see it going either way. And that's what's really great about the WWE right now is even when it was John Cena and CM Punk, I know we're coming up against a break. Even when John Cena and CM Punk were the final 2, you still weren't sure. You were like, oh, they could go either way.
Yeah. I get it. We got to take a break. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, this is Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. I got something for you guys, man. Look, when I was a kid, man, cereal was my jam. But now, since I'm a grown man, I'm looking for something that gives me more than just a sugar rush and carbs, man. That's when I found Magic Spoon. Look, it's a cereal that gives you the taste of your childhood favorites, but without sugar and packed with tons of protein.
And if you're already a fan of Magic Spoon, then you need to listen up to this, because I've got some big news. Magic Spoon has taken that amazing cereal that we all love and turned it into high-protein treats. These new treats are light, they're crispy, and they become my go-to snack, especially before or even after the gym.
Yeah, man, every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and only 4 grams of net carb. That fruity and cocoa flavor are the classic ones, but there's a whole lot more to try, man.
And those new treats, they've got 12 grams of protein and come in flavors like marshmallow and chocolatey peanut butter. Perfect when you're on the go or you need a quick snack to fuel up before that workout.
Yeah, man, I keep a box in my gym bag, but it's a great late night snack as well. Those treats have that crispy texture, great taste, and the macros that make you feel good about eating them.
So Magic Spoon's bringing back those nostalgic flavors, but without all the stuff that we don't want. So if you want to try it for yourself and get $5 off your next order, go to magicspoon.com/HOF. That's magicspoon.com/HOF. Or you can even find it on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store.
That's magicspoon.com/HOF for $5 off. Magic Spoon, hold on to the dream. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. We talking about what went down at the Elimination Chamber. One thing that you was just talking about there, as far as The Rock talking about shades of gray, and just keeping the story as real as you possibly can make it. And that was Jay Cargill coming back and attacking Naomi. And because that story, I was thinking about it as well, which, seemed like everybody would have been talking about, been thinking about it. Jay Cargill go down and then Naomi step in her spot. Like, what are you thinking? I mean, as soon as I get back, man, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on site. You know what I mean? I'm serious, and that's what that felt like to me. Her making that power walk, getting in the ring. Oh man, it was perfect. It was so perfect the way they set that up. And she just went to whooping Naomi's ass, man. And it was some good work, man. I loved it. Yeah.
It was a good ass whooping from Jay Cargill. And God, we've talked about it before, but she's been on TV for a while. So when she comes back, you just are reminded of how of a unique presence she has.
Incredible she is.
God, man, just such a unique presence on screen where it's like, even if you've never watched wrestling before, you're like, oh, she's kicking somebody's ass.
Well, if you just changing channels and you see her, you're going to stop. What
yeah.
She's definitely, she's unbelievable.
This is a side note, but I do have to say it. Shout out to my boy Trey. It was his birthday over the weekend too. He shares one with you. But I was talking to him, and he's not a wrestling fan, or he doesn't watch. Used to be, And he goes, "Hey man, I watched wrestling the other night for the first time in a long time." He watched NXT, and I go, "Oh, okay. What'd you think?" He goes, "I got a new favorite." I said, "Who's that?" He said, "Jada Parker." I said, "All right, I understand."
She's growing you, man. She's growing you very, very fast. Man.
Very quickly. Yeah. But going back to the Elimination Chamber, I also want to shout out Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she did a good job too.
Liv Morgan book, when you look back at 24 into 25, there's a case that Liv Morgan was the MVP for the women. Really. When you look at the run that she went on with the world title, the story she told with Rhea and Dom, going through to now she's tag champion again, and the work that she's been doing. Has been at another level, just from a character standpoint, presence. And then what she was doing in the chamber on Saturday, man, I was like, she went from somebody, and I think Triple H even said it. Triple H said, I went from thinking of Liv Morgan as, oh, she's a good hand to have on the roster, to like, she consistently impresses me and raises the bar.
Hell of a job. Ever since she took Rhea Ripley out, and went on that run. I mean, she seemed like it's like, man, it's now or never. I'm just gonna let roll the dice. I'm just gonna just let it all hang out, and that's why she's been doing some really, really good work. Stuff she done with Dom, really, really good work. And I second that as far as what Hunter was saying about it. I always thought Liv Morgan was okay. But I didn't think she was that, like we're gonna be talking about Lamont Roach here in a minute. But Lamont Roach, when he looked in the camera, when they asked him a question, he goes, "Man, I'm him. I'm that guy." I swear, man, Liv Morgan has proved up to be, that girl, man, that has gone out there and just rocked it time after time after time. Beautiful work.
And she took that whip from Bianca Belair's hair on the elimination. It sounded like a shotgun rang off. And then you could see the welt all on her back, under her torso, from where that hair whipped her.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, these women are going out there. And then, of course, Roxanne Perez showing up and having a great showing.
Man, she is so on point. I got to give Roxanne Perez, the utmost amount of credit, because she has been making me so proud as far as the work she has been doing. She's exceeding all expectations. I really believe that. I don't know if anybody, saw this coming, the way it has happened, but she has really taken her game to another level. And it is so clear inside the ring watching it, me from a coach's perspective, from a mentor's perspective as well. And she got it. She's got it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, she has a presence. She has a presence on camera. And even though you've made mention before, I mean, she stands what 5'2", 5'3", somewhere around there.
Yeah.
She might as well be 7 foot.
I'm serious. You ain't
well now going on into the show, the men's elimination chamber. I'll tell you another person who there was always a talk about like, man, Kurt Angle, he took to the business so quickly. Brock Lesnar, he took to the business so quickly. Ronda Rousey took to the business so quickly. And those are all true. And you might think I'm the craziest person in the world for saying this. I don't know if there's anybody who's excelled so fast and so good as Logan Paul. A guy who I actually legitimately had a negative opinion of when he first came in. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know a lot about him. Granted, I just knew the bad things, which is normally what you see in the media, all the bad stuff. But I just watched him really, really closely on Saturday night, and just the stuff that he does, his awareness, his IQ, little itty bitty, small, minute details he throws in. There was a point where the whole arena was just chanting "Logan sucks," and he wasn't even in the match.
Oh yeah, I tell you what. I tell you this. This is what Logan has picked up, perhaps more than anyone that has come along from the outside. Of course, he's picked the business up. He goes out. He's very athletic. We know that.
Incredible.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, Logan. I don't even know if I should say it. Just because.
Say it.
Well, I see it, and it's just one of those traits you got to have as a really, really good wrestler, especially when you're coming into this business working with a lot of veterans, guys that really know the business. He's the best listener. You know what I mean? He's that braggadocious, talker. You know what I mean? You get under your skin. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't even want to talk more about it. But I'm gonna tell you, he's probably one of the best listeners that this business has ever seen. And we talk about John Cena. John Cena was one of the best listeners, man. That's why he excelled in the business the way he did. That's why he understands it the way he does, even now at this stage of the game. A lot of guys don't see it, from that vision. So I get it. I get why Logan Paul is so good. I do. I realize why this guy is so good every time he goes out there and perform, because he's putting himself in the best positions, man. So no, that's all I'm gonna say about Logan Paul. Damn good work. Damn good.
He's really, really great. And I mean, and look, and he understands also I think coming from social media and knowing how to make something go viral. Yeah, that's a skill that's adaptable in wrestling. Like, how can I make this a moment that people are going to pick up on? Yes. And even on, he was drawing OVO on the on his chamber door, and Drake's taking a picture of it, and Drake posted on social media. Drake even said on social media, he posts this picture of Logan Paul, and he tags Lil Yachty, and I think he said something like, "I'm hooked now," or "I'm in." Like, Drake bought into the WWE of it all. I just can't think of a hotter time post Attitude Era than right now, where you have we didn't even mention that Travis Scott was involved in that main event angle, where he's just sitting back there lighting up.
Yeah.
Rock said he caught a contact high from him sitting out there, and he smacked Cody in the face. And I hope he gets a receipt for that one, respectfully to Travis and to Cody. I think the receipt might be coming, brother.
Sure
at Mania.
Yeah, sure.
But so just wait on it. You're gonna get to see what that bill totaled out to be.
I tell you,
it was just incredible.
Even adding Travis Scott there for a second, just to piggyback off of that, it's still got the show business feel as well. I can only imagine what Mania is gonna look like in Vegas. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what it's gonna look like? It's gonna be crazy on the Strip. Oh my God, man! I can't wait to get there.
We're giddy. We're giddy about this, man.
No, man. It's good. It's definitely going to be an exciting time. I'm so looking forward to Mania in Vegas. Yeah.
And I will say, because we've talked about them all, Candice LeRae, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, Really solid tag match out there, and Trish still performing, at a high level. She did something I never saw her do before, which was the stratisfaction off the top rope to Nia Jax, setting up for Tiffany Stratton to do her
Perfect
moonsault.
person to do it with.
For real, right? And I just, with Trish, you don't know how many more matches we're gonna get, right? You have no idea when her last match is gonna be, but I will say every time she comes back, she doesn't seem like she's missed a step. I mean, I think the last time we saw her before the Rumble was that steel cage match she had with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, she's still going strong, man.
25 years in.
Amazing, man. Still going strong. So, nah, man. Big ups to Trish for still going out there and doing it like it's supposed to be done. But we got to take another break, man. Like Brad said, if you got some super chats, you better get them in now. We got one more go around. So stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, y'all, Booker T here alongside with my main man, Brad Gilmore. And today we're talking about something that could really change the game when it comes to how you get paid.
That's right, Booker, because let's face it, life doesn't just happen every 2 weeks. So why wait for a payday? With EarnIn, the money you've earned already can be in your hands today.
EarnIn is this incredible app that lets you access your pay as you earn it. We're talking about up to $100 per day and up to $750 each pay period.
All you got to do is download the EarnIn app, verify your paycheck, and boom, you can access up to $100 a day as you work. And the cool part, you just leave an optional tip, and any money you access plus the tip gets repaid when your next paycheck rolls in.
You know, Brad, I'm always talking about staying ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Imagine having that extra cash for that surprise date night, or maybe when you have to take the furry little friend to the vet unexpectedly.
Absolutely, Booker. Or even those times when you need to grab a last-minute gift, or maybe you're a little short on rent, or hey, even you might want to pick up some new gear for yourself or your kids or your lady.
Folks, make EarnIn part of your financial playbook. Join over 3.5 million customers who are finding financial stability and peace of mind thanks to EarnIn.
So don't wait around for a payday. Get your money when you need it and take control of your finances. Download EarnIn today and experience what it's like to access pay on your terms.
Get started with EarnIn now and join the millions who are getting their pay their way. It's time to EarnIn, not just earn. Check it out, man. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Talking about the chamber, but we need to move on, man. We need to move on. Tank Davis, Lamont Roach went down this weekend at the Barclays, baby. 20,000 people sold out. Biggest house in the Barclays history. Now that tells me something. That tells me Tank Davis is a hell of a draw. The people came out to see the boy from Baltimore show up and show out. But the question is, did they get that? Did that happen? Did Tank Davis go out there and defend his WBA lightweight world championship? Did that happen? In my opinion, guys, Lamont Roach won that fight hands down. In my opinion, Tank Davis should have taken an L. In my opinion, the referee, as much as I like the referee, I can't think of his name right now, on that night was incompetent. That's what I'm going to say about the referee. Because if the referee would have had the wherewithal, understanding, and know-how just to do his job, the result would have been totally different just from that knockdown that was taken away from Lamont Roach. And I'm going to tell you, before this fight, I did not know a whole lot about Lamont Roach. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be studying. I'm going to be getting my game down because Lamont Roach came in and he should have done something perhaps on the same lines of Muhammad Ali did back in 64. He should have shook up the world and had to talk no more. He should have shook up the world, man. So my thing is, how you feel about that fight, man? And what do you think about Tank Davis?
Well, I mean, yeah, we watched it, and I agree with you. I think Lamont Roach Jr. Definitely won that fight. And you know what? There was a controversial call from the referee, what you're referring to, where there was a odd circumstance with Tank Davis where he, like, at the beginning of the round towards the beginning of the round, went over back to his corner and got a towel and started wiping his face off. And he did it actually twice. I think I missed the second time, but you said, hey, he did it again. And we all thought it was strange. And as we were talking about 30 minutes ago, the New York State Athletic Commission just issued a statement about that very thing. I'm going to read it to you right now. I'm reading it for the first time. At this time, the New York State Athletic Commission is reviewing the matter involving Saturday's matchup between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis. Commission officials said in a statement, during the round in question, following the commission's request for the replay video, there was a technical issue preventing the commission from receiving it within the allotted time for review. Therefore, the referee's in-ring decision was relied upon, and the fight continued. The commission is dedicated to preserving the integrity of combative sports and is committed to working with all promotions and production teams on behalf of the athletes, officials, and the fans to ensure technical issues do not occur in the future that prevent the delivery of ringside instant replay feeds to the commission's officials when needed. Now, with respect to the New York State Athletic Commission, that sounds like a bunch of BS.
It's a bunch of crap, bro. I mean,
that's a bunch of crap. You want an instant replay? There's 40,000 people on social media showing it to you. There's 20,000 who have their phones out in the arena.
Wait a minute. Did the referee go blind for a moment? Did he not see it? The referee can tell you he did it. I mean, damn it, everybody, it was 20,000 people that saw it. So
come on, man.
It's not that right there. That's a bogus statement right there. What should happen is Tank Davis should be deducted a point, okay? And the same decision should stand, and it should the title should be reversed and handed over to Lamont Roach. That's what should happen. Now, Tank Davis, I'm sure, was smart to have a rematch clause in there, and that rematch clause can be enacted immediately if that's what he wants. But the title should change hands. Lamont Roach should be the lightweight champion of the world right now as we speak. He really should. And I'm sad for the game of boxing on this one right here. Tank Davis, Tank knew he lost that fight. He knew.
Oh, absolutely.
He knew he lost that fight. And for him not to step up. But then again, you know, I can't expect nothing more from the fighter. The fighter ain't going to take the fight away from himself. That's just not something that's going to happen. If so, it's rare. It's a rare thing where the loser, you know, actually say, you know, I actually won. That's a rarity. You know?
Yeah. Well, yes. Now, for sure, though, you saw when the announcement came, Tank had a reaction to it. Like he was grabbing the ring and he looked down. I think he was saying, "Thank God these officials were on my side."
Well, you know what the thing is, he didn't protest it.
No,
he didn't protest it. He wasn't upset about it. That was a gift. That was a gift from the boxing gods to Gervonta Tank Davis. And I don't know what it was, but he definitely wasn't the Tank Davis that we had seen in past. Like I said earlier, when he was getting his hands wrapped, before you guys showed up, actually, because you guys showed up, surprised me there for a second.
We showed up at Booker's door in the dead of the night.
I watched him wrap Tank's hands, and he yawned. And it was like the longest yawn. It was like 10 seconds, seemed like. And I was like, whoa, it doesn't seem like he's too, you know, interested in this fight. Or this might be that, you know, Tokyo moment, you know, Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. Well, it's a one-off. I'm going to go out there and get this guy out of here. And the role reversals changed. You know, the hunter became, you know, the hunted. You know what I mean? And I swear Lamont Roach was stalking. He was stalking all night. And I swear his timing was pitch perfect. Seemed like he knew everything. At one point, there was in between rounds, and Lamont Roach told his coach, "I see everything." It was crazy. I was like, wow, you see everything? Like every punch, you see it coming. That right there has to be, you know, like being on fire on NBA jams. You know, when you just get, you know what I mean? I'm serious, you know.
He's on fire.
Yeah, I'm serious. You just can't stop him, you know what I mean? So, no, man, great fight from the behalf of Lamont Roach. I thought he fought a great fight, and I thought he won that fight. And he should have got the decision.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. There's obviously going to have to be a rematch of that. So we'll see how it all plays out. And New York State Athletic Commission, shame on you for thinking that we'd even believe that.
Commission. To hell with them. They
going
to start doing what about the referee? Can you what? That's another story.
It's all right. We got to get to our super chat.
I just wonder, why didn't the ref do his job? Did he get paid?
How much was the plastic surgery?
How much, for how much, brother? How much, dude? Come on, let's do it, man. Super chat.
This comes from Black Sea King. God continue to bless you. Great health.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep working out. I'm gonna keep working out as long as I can. Super chat.
Mike Woodson said, "Happy B-Day book, but Roach got robbed. And when is a person going to their knee and not a knockdown? And Tank giving excuse of grease in his eyes. Like, come on, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Not 10-8
I don't know why the referee didn't do his job there. Like I said, referee got paid. I'm gonna just put it out there. Referee got paid not to make that call. That's what I see it.
Yeah, it did not look good, allegedly.
Super chat.
Virgil Dawkins says, what advice would you give to someone who wants to join Row but lives out of state? Also, is it too late for someone at 34 to pursue pro wrestling?
No, 34 is not too late. But I can tell you this: the sand in the hourglass is ticking. But advice I can give you: be ready when you get here, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you get here and you ain't ready, your ass ain't getting in the ring. But no, that's the best advice I can give you. Understand how good you are and be ready when you get to reality wrestling, because I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna give it to you straight.
Cali Toenail.
Give us some Roni, brother. Oh, yeah.
Callie says, just wanted to hail my king one time, as we all should be. Big 6-0. Keep pushing, BT. Hey, we got a long way to go. Happy birthday.
Hey, man, I'm just glad to make it, man. I'm just glad to make it here, man. I didn't think I was going to live past 25, growing up, in the hood. But 60, it's a milestone, man. I'm happy to be here.
We have Big Breezo.
Super chat.
I was whelping up when Cena was beating the snot out of Cody Rhodes because I'm a Rhodes fan. I love wrestling.
That's good, man. That's good. If you was feeling that way, you was feeling the right way, because that's what this thing's about, making you guys really suspend the imagination. That's what wrestling is.
Let's see. This comes from Virgil Dawkins. As much as I grew up not liking John Cena, I promise it's not a biased take. It truly makes no sense for John Cena to win now that he's a heel. Just like last year, Cody has the odds against him, and he should win.
Hey man, say whatever you want. You know what I mean? I disagree with that. I disagree with that statement, because right now he's in perfect prime position. He got a whole army of people behind him. I mean, come on. So now, if it's going to happen, it's got to happen now. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if it doesn't happen, it's all because of one person. John Cena.
Oh, John Cena. Okay. We'll see. This comes from
Super
Cali Toenail again. I don't believe every record should be broken, especially if it doesn't need to be. Cena will be fine and go down in history without another world title. Look, I mean, he's already tied the record.
Look here. I get, you know what? That's a great outtake right there. I give you that. I agree 100%. But that's not what you guys are right now. That's not what the masses are. The masses are, man. I can't wait to get there to see it. Look here, that's what it's all about. Understand what we're doing here. All right. And it's being done perfectly right now. I love it.
I'll tell you who's hot about it. Ric Flair's hot about it.
Oh my God.
Rick's hot.
About to lose his damn mind right now.
Shout out to Rick. He's losing it. Brian Michael Smith says, I sat row 6 hard cam side, greatest segment ever, with the maple leaf and the salute. We salute you, my Canadian brother. I'm sure it was a moment to witness.
Yes,
indeed. I actually was there, Royal Rumble, San Antonio, 2016, when John Cena won the 16th world title against AJ Styles. Yeah, so, I understand.
No, beautiful thing. Like I said, either way, for me, we're invested right now. It's going to be a hell of a WrestleMania.
And we have 2 more here. This one,
Super Chat,
is from John Cena. And John Cena says, Book paid me a lot of money to turn on Cody. How much did it take, Booker?
How
How much
much?
did you pay him?
How much, brother? How much did it cost you, dude?
And we have one more for the day.
Super chat.
This comes from the boxing gods. We decided to help Tank out.
Yeah, I almost said something else right there. No stuff. The boxing gods definitely threw him a bone, man. Gave him a gift from the gods. And that's the way. That's boxing, man. That's boxing. That's what. Where's the money? The money's with Tank right now. I mean, so we got to ride the gravy train as long as we can ride it with these young guys, man. So yeah, I get it. Beautiful.
That's all we got, BT.
Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Give you champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. Brad for all the heavy lifting. But I got to get ready to get out of here, man. I got NXT tomorrow. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out, man, because we're leading into some big things as well with NXT. So, man, Moose has arrived. You know what I mean? Oh, my baby. No bread, no water, just me, two grown-ass men. Get ready. Hey, but I got to get out here, guys. Check y'all later. Like I always say, peace. We love you. Until next time, we out.